Hi guys, Fire Plays here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today, guys, we are going to be doing another fixture reaction video, alright guys? And in today's episode video, we are going to be doing it for the Geelong Cats, alright guys? So, of course, it is the same thing as per usual with the fixture reaction series. It is going over rough amount of wins, the ladder position, rough ladder position, predicting every game, the easiest and the hardest part of the fixture as well. So, for Geelong, this is the first real top 8 team that we've been doing. We have done the Brisbane Lions. It is going to be interesting when we get to the Port Adelaide and Melbourne as well. It's going to be quite hard to find a hard part of the fixture because they are so good teams. And for the lower teams, when it comes to North Melbourne, Gold Coast, Adelaide, it'll be a little bit easier. But anyway, today we're going to hop straight into it as well, as we normally do. So today we've got Geelong, and their first game's up against Essendon at the MCG. Now, I do think Essendon will definitely contest in this game. They will come out, they'll try, but I think they will end up falling short by about 25 points, which is handing the Cats their first win of the season in round 1. Round 2, they have an absolute blockbuster versus these Swans, an absolute blockbuster versus the Swans at the SCG. Now, again, this one could go either way. I am going to say, though, that the Swans will win by about 5 points, 5-10 points. I reckon they'll just be a little bit better than the Cats. And this is going to be a really good game, though. Friday night, back at the SCG, back with the Sydney Swans, because in 2020, they didn't really have too many of those games. Well, I mean, they had a few. And in 2021, I don't remember seeing any of them either on a Friday night. I remember back in 2019 and 2018, we had a lot of Sydney games, Friday night SCG. It's going to be really good. And when we come to Sydney's fixture, I hope to see a fair few Friday night, Thursday night SCG prime timers. That'd be amazing to see that, especially because that ground can look absolutely stunning under lights as well. So it'd be really nice to see a few more games SCG prime time under lights, especially on a Thursday or a Friday night. Now, Saturday, April the 2nd, in round 3, they take on the Pies at the MCG. Now, unfortunately enough for Collingwood fans, this one is not going to be your game, and the Cats will come out and they will probably belt you. They will win by about 40 points, no real problems. I think first quarter it's going to be reasonably even, and then Geelong is going to blow it out. Because they're a strong team, Geelong. That's what they do. The list of names they have is quite elite. It's just they need to make sure that they're keeping their age to a reasonable bracket, because their average age, of course, in the competition is quite high. But they need to, they've just got to make sure they're giving some young kids a run this year as well. And I think that's going to, if they do that, and some of these young kids are really good, that will break them through for success in 2023 and 2024. When some of their stars are going to be on the either retired, thinking about it, or into that stage, coming into their badder, their not so good years, their older years at the club. Now, in round 4, they take on Brisbane at GMHBA Stadium. Now, I reckon this time it's going to be a little bit different. I reckon Geelong will win this one by a fair little bit. I'm going to say by about 25 points. Hawthorn, Geelong, traditional Easter clash. Here, well, not here, but at the MCG. Gonna say the Cats to get over the line. We did have a pretty good game this year. We had a pretty good, very close Anzac Day game. So that, not Anzac Day, Easter Monday game with the Hawks and the Cats. Cats got out, Hawks blew it back. I'm going to say Geelong by 20 points. Now, it is North Melbourne versus Geelong, round 6 down at Blunston Arena. Now, this one should be one-sided. I'm going to say the Cats by 40 points. Now they're in round 7. Geelong hosts Fremantle at GMHBA Stadium. This is a very big game, of course. Very important and very big game for both these clubs. Now, of course, Geelong have already gotten off to a flyer and we're looking to really try and book that spot in the top 4. Fremantle probably also coming off of a flyer. They need to win as many of their first 10 games as possible to try and secure a spot in the 8. Because if you see, I've made 2 videos on Fremantle, so make sure to go ahead and check them out if you're a Fremantle fan watching this video. Because yeah, this Fremantle are probably the most interesting club in the competition, and this game's really important for them. Now, I'm going to say Geelong going to take it out by about 40 points, just because it's at GMHBA, and I just don't think Fremantle were that good at away from home either. Now, this is interesting. Round 8, Saturday, May 7, GWS versus Geelong, Manuka Oval, Twilight game. I don't think I've really seen a lot of Twilight games. You haven't really seen a lot of Manuka Oval in general. So it's going to be very interesting seeing this one. Now, I am going to say the Cats will win this one by about 10 points. But I reckon it'll be a good game. Another Twilighter here. St Kilda versus Geelong at Marvel Stadium in round 9. Twilighter. This one probably should go to the Cats. I'm going to say Cats by 20 points. Now, here is what... So they get to host a couple of games at GMHBA. So they get Port and then the Crows. So GMHBA, Geelong versus Port. This is going to be a really, really, really good game. Really tense. Really exciting. It's going to be a absolute belter. Look, gonna say Port Adelaide to do it by 10 points. And then I'm going to say the Cats to smash the Crows by 50 points. Marvel Stadium, Geelong, Western Bulldogs is going to be a good game. I'm going to say Western Bulldogs by 10 points. And they go over to Perth to face West Coast, which this should be a win for the Cats. So I'm going to say the Cats by about 30 points. Now, they've got a couple of interesting games. They've got a little bit of easy, hard here. So I'm going to say Geelong, Richmond. I'm going to say Geelong by about 20 points. Geelong North, GMHBA. I'm going to say Geelong by 30 points. Geelong Melbourne, GMHBA. I'm going to say Melbourne by 20 points. They're hosting a fair few games at GMHBA here, the Cats this year. We're going to have to go and count up how many that is, because I feel like they're getting half of their home games at GMHBA, which is actually their real home ground. Carlton, Geelong, MCG. This is going to be probably a wet game, as traditionally between these two teams. I'm going to say Geelong by 30 points. Port Adelaide versus Geelong, Adelaide Oval. I'm going to say Port Adelaide by 15 points. And then we have Geelong, Western Bulldogs at GMHBA. Gonna be Geelong by 5 points. And then we've got Geelong, St Kilda, GMHBA. Geelong by about 30 points. And then 2 games left. We've got Gold Coast versus Geelong up at Metricon Stadium. I see the Cats winning that one by 40 points pretty comfortably. And the final game of the year, Geelong versus West Coast GMHBA. I see Geelong winning that one by about 100 points. Sorry, West Coast fans, but yeah, 80 points for that one. So, here we go. So we're going to count up their wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 18 wins. That is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous amount of wins. 18 wins for the Cats. So the range for the Geelong Cats is 16 to 18 wins. 16 to 19 wins in 2022. They could be an absolute powerhouse. So, easiest part of the fixture. That's the next question here. Because they're going to be beating that many teams, it is going to be this part about here. So, I'm going to say it's going to start from Fremantle. No, from North. No, from Hawthorn. From Hawthorn. 1, 2. So, from Hawthorn, then North, then Fremantle, then GWS, then St Kilda, then Port Adelaide, then Adelaide. That is the easiest part of the fixture for the Geelong Cats. Now, why do I say Port Adelaide's included in that? Because it is at GMHBA Stadium. Oh, no. Did I say that Port will win down? I think I did say that Port would win down there, actually. You know what? I'm going to change that. Easiest part of the fixture. So, from Hawthorn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So they finished it off with 4 games, 4 interesting, 4 winnable games on the way home. 3 of them at GMHBA against the Western Bulldogs, St Kilda, Gold Coast, and West Coast. I think they're all winnable. Then you've got the little top part as well. You've got 3 more games. You've got West Coast, Richmond, North. Then you've got Adelaide, a bit of a one-off, and then you've got this part. So this part's the biggest part with how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So that's between round 9 and round 5. Wow, this is going to be very important for the Cats. So now, how many games do they have at GMHBA? 1. They have 1. They have 2. They have 3, 4. They have 5. They have 6. They have 7. They have 8. They have 9. They have 9 games at GMHBA Stadium. Now, out of the 9 games, how many others do they host at home? So how many others are they forced to host somewhere else at home? 1. Right, they've got 1, 2. They've got 2. They've got 3. Hang on, wait, let me just go back to the start and count this up again. 1, 2. You've got 3. You've got 4, 5. You've got 6, 7, 8. Then you've got 9, 10, 11. So they play 2 games at the MCG as their home. They play 9 at home, GMHBA, and they play 2 at the MCG. The 2 games at the MCG are against Essendon and against the... And where is that game? And is against Richmond. So that's the 2 games at the MCG. The rest of their home games they play at GMHBA. Now that does put them in a good position considering they do play reasonably well down there. So it's going to be nice seeing a lot more of GMHBA in this year's season, of course. Now, where should they be finishing on the ladder? I say they're going to get anywhere from 16 to 19 wins. So I'm going to keep it on I'm going to say, I said 18. I think that's how much this fixture will provide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. 9. Then you've got 10, 11, 12. And then you've got 13. And then you've got 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so I'm going to say 17 wins. That's what I'm going to say. So where will that get you on the ladder? That's going to get you anywhere in the top 4. So the Cats are going to finish in top 4 if they win all these games that they need to. So the Cats finishing top 4. Hardest part of the fixture is probably... So we haven't done that just yet. We've done the easiest, which was up here, starting off at Hawthorn, going down to St Kilda. The hardest part of the fixture is probably where they play... there is a few little parts, probably Port Adelaide, or they've got just like a few one-offs probably. So that's what I'm going to say. Just a couple of one-offs for their hardest part. So I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys will never miss another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching. So bye guys, Fire Plays out.